Yo, what's going on? And today we're talking about the Memphis Grizzlies, and these is my way too early season preview for the NBA season for the Memphis Grizzlies. And why it isn't way too early preview is there's stuff that can change, more players who can be signed to training camp deals, trades that could happen. Anything could happen between now and training camp. And when training camp is like a week or so away, that's when I'll do my season predictions. These are the previews. Let's talk about it. A lot can change. More information can come out. But that's where I want to hear your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of the Memphis Grizzlies? I think they're going to be, again, a top 3 seed in the West. They're hungry. And also, I'm so excited for all the power forwards to get their minutes with Jaren Jackson Jr. Well, first off, I think Jaren Jackson Jr. will be fine. He'll come back. But people don't realize Brandon Clarke, Santi Aldama, who I think will break out, Xavier Tillman, Jake LaRavia, all these guys who, with Jaren Jackson Jr. going to miss the start of the season, we're going to get a chance to show their worth. Now, let's talk about some stuff that happened. I want to hear your opinions down below. Only 6% of you guys watching are subscribed. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button so we can get there. But either way, let's talk about it. So Yves Pons went to France. Tyus Jones got re-signed. They let Jared Culver leave. Kyle Anderson, a.k.a. Slow-Mo, left. They drafted Jake LaRavia, David Roddy. They brought in Kenneth Lofton, who looks like a beast. Tyrell Terry became a free agent. Vincent Williams Jr. got a 2-way contract. And Kennedy Chandler got signed to, I believe it was a record-breaking second-round contract. Tyus Jones, like I said, got an extension. Ja Morant got an extension. And John Konchar got an extension. And yeah, let's talk about this. I think it's definitely interesting if you look at the current roster. The current roster, Kenneth Lofton and Vincent Williams Jr. are the two guys on 2 ways, with the rest of the roster looking like Steven Adams, Santi Aldama, Desmond Bane, Dillon Brooks, Kennedy Chandler, Brandon Clarke, Danny Green, Jaren Jackson Jr., Tyus Jones. Also, they traded, they got Danny Green in a trade with the Sixers. John Konchar, Jake LaRavia, Kenneth Lofton, Ja Morant, David Roddy, Kelly Tilly, Xavier Tillman, Vincent Williams, Zaire Williams. So right now, they have they can have 17 players on the roster. They currently have 3, 5, 8, 11, 14. They have 17 players on the roster, 2 players on 2-way contracts, and 15 on standard deals. Now, I think it is interesting as all hell, because when you look at this, I think the Grizzlies are a team that they also want to start playing some of the younger guys. They have expiring contracts. You have to understand that. A few of the guys that, aren't going to be on the team, they don't have extensions, is Danny Green and Dillon Brooks, which makes me think, okay, Xavier Tillman, John Konchar, Zaire Williams. Well, Xavier Tillman, not really. But John Konchar, Desmond Bane, Zaire Williams are all 3 going to get more minutes, because they're going to probably try to phase out Dillon Brooks and Danny Green if they don't anticipate to, extend them. And not phase them out, but they're going to start, obviously. But if, Zaire Williams or obviously Desmond Bane is the starter, but I think Desmond Bane should be an all-star. I think Desmond Bane's underrated. And I think Desmond Bane will take that jump to being even better. So I think Desmond Bane should get as many minutes as he wants. But it's really more Zaire Williams and John Konchar, who both have way more years left on their deals, who will challenge Dillon Brooks and Danny Green for minutes, as Dillon Brooks and Danny Green will be more at the top of the rotation because of what they're being paid and because they're more established. Now, Steven Adams will start, but I really think Santi Aldama, who was cooking in the Summer League, and he had a decent G League last year, is going to come in, and he's going to be a guy who really makes some noise in terms of just being an annoying, I guess one would say, just a nuisance, okay? And I think definitely as more and more time passes, we're going to be able to see, the success that they've had drafting. I think if you just look at the power forward position, I don't know why I lost my train of thought right there. Just that power forward, Jaren Jackson is going to be out for a few months. Jake LaRavia, Santi Aldama, and Brandon Clarke will fight for it. Okay, Brandon Clarke doesn't really have a jumper, so I think Brandon Clarke could get beat out. I have a lot of faith in Santi Aldama that will make some noise this year, but Jake LaRabia, he's really pro ready, so maybe he just comes in and he makes noise and he's ready from day one. Xavier Tillman's going into year 3. David Roddy's an older guy as well, like Jake LaRabia. So even Kelly and Tilly, David Roddy, Xavier Tillman, and Santi Aldama and Brandon Clarke, all like 5 of those guys are going to be fighting for those Jaren Jackson Jr. minutes, and that's going to be really fun to witness. And obviously, you hope that as a team, they'll figure it out, and we'll be able to see them have the success that they deserve. Obviously, we know the point guard position is going to be Ja Morant with Tyus Jones as the backup, and then third string's probably going to be Kennedy Chandler. Then you go over to shooting guard. That's probably going to be, at the start of the year, I would assume, Desmond Bane, with, now that De'Anthony Melton's gone, probably John Konchar is going to be the primary, or Zaire Williams right there. And then at small forward, it's obviously going to be Dillon Brooks, and then Danny Green, then probably some Zaire Williams and John Konchar. And center rotation, Steven Adams is the starter. You could see some Santi Aldama there. You could see some Xavier Tillman, who is more of an undersized center. You could see some of Brandon Clarke, who is also more of an undersized center. It's all very interesting how this all can end up. But yeah, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this situation? Are you guys on the same page, or are you guys more along the line that this is a team that I think definitely is going to improve? Are they in a position that they could take a step backward? Of course. I mean, I think we all are always in a position that we could take a step backwards no matter what we do. But I definitely think this is a team that is, for some reason, underrated as all hell. And I don't know. I think as more and more time passes by, I don't know why people aren't talking about the Grizzlies and how scary they truly are, because this is a team that is good, in my opinion, and has the potential to be. They just keep having an influx of young talent. Kennedy Chandler, Santi Aldama, David Roddy, Jake LaRabia, okay, Xavier Tillman, Zaire Williams, all these young guys, okay, because Desmond Bane is already starting, like, he's going into year 3. Okay, Dillon Brooks is, going into what, year 6, year 5? Okay, Dillon Brooks, time to move on from him. Danny Green, he's probably just a rental for the year that they got themselves. So I think this is a team way better than people would suggest. So I want to hear your thoughts down below, guys. What do you guys think of it? Are you guys on the same page as me, or is this just all preposterous what I'm saying? But that's basically it.